behind closed doors. I'm a fool for your love.
Hello everyone, my name is Anthony, and once again, welcome back to the Anthony James Show here on Sports Fan Entertainment. Another round of power rankings. I'm kind of surprised. I thought this season we were going to see a lot of teams do really well, a lot of teams do really bad, and then just, okay, we have a few playoff teams here, but there's a good amount of playoff teams contending on both sides, the AFC and the NFC. I think this is going to be very interesting as we finish out the season. I'm excited for sure, but let's get right into it. It seems to be a trend. The top three stay the same again. Cowboys at 1, Patriots at 2, Raiders at 3. All teams are winning. These three teams just keep on winning. However, I do think that's going to be coming to an end very soon. Potentially, I wouldn't be surprised if all three of these teams lose this week. They all have tough opponents. But regardless, these teams are off to a good season. Once playoffs come, who knows what will happen. But for now, these three teams are some of the best right now in the NFL. Then at number 4, the Chiefs move up one spot. They could potentially be in the top 3 at this time next week. They have a match against the Raiders. I think they can win that match. We'll see if that happens or not. But the Chiefs, they are doing really well too. Then at number 5, also moving up a spot, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They had a huge win against a bad Carolina Panthers team, and that's good. That last week they lost. This week they can come back and win. Huge for them. They are definitely a contender right now in the NFC. I had them winning the Super Bowl coming into this season. We'll see if they can continue on that path. Next at number 6, the Denver Broncos. That means 3 AFC West teams are in my top 6. Broncos, they won against the Jaguars. Not a great fashion, but they had a backup quarterback. Regardless, a win's a win. They must be hoping the Chiefs win and that they beat the Titans this week, which I think they can. If they do that, they're only one game behind. They are definitely not out of the equation for this division just yet. Watch out for the Broncos still. I'm telling you, watch out. They're not done yet. Next, I have the Giants at number 7. They dropped 3 spots. Oh, well, you lost to the Steelers. They've been starting to get on a streak now. Shouldn't have lost, though. And honestly, the NFC is going to be a lot more competitive than I thought. You got to be careful. You have 4 losses now. And if you lose this week to the Cowboys, you're at 5 already, and you drop pretty quick. You need to watch out. The Vikings, the Cardinals, the Redskins, the Buccaneers or the Buccaneers or Falcons, the Packers, these teams are all looking for a playoff spot, and if you lose again this week, you can still make the playoffs, but it's getting to be a lot harder. After them, we have the Detroit Lions. They move up 1. You finally had a game in which it wasn't close. You won by more than a touchdown. Good for you. If you can win again next week, oh man, it's getting easier and easier to see you win the division. Crazy. As a Vikings fan, I hate it. I want the Vikings to win the division, but hey, congratulations. You're doing very well right now. And next at number 9, another 5 spots. I'm pretty sure I've had them move 5 spots the last 3 weeks. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. For weeks now, I've been saying, watch out for the Buccaneers. Watch out for the Buccaneers. Are you watching out yet? Because right now, the Buccaneers are tied for first in the NFC South. It's no guarantee they win that division. The Falcons have a very easy schedule to finish out. However, the Falcons usually choke in the second half of the season, so we'll see how that goes. Regardless, though, Buccaneers, I told you to watch out. I hope you're watching out because they very well could steal this division from the Falcons. Talking about the Falcons, I move them down 2 slots to 10. It's an unfortunate loss, but a loss is a loss. You need to win that game. You didn't win that game. And like I said, you have an easy schedule. If you win out, you win the division. We'll see if you can win out. But right now, I'd be worried if I was a Falcons fan. You still should be a playoff team, but we said that last year too. Interesting to see how the Falcons do in these last 4 games. And next at 11, I move the Baltimore Ravens up 1 spot. I'm telling you, the Ravens, you need to at least watch out for them. I don't know if I'd say watch out as much as I said about the Buccaneers, but they're playing the Patriots. They always play well against the Patriots, so this could be an upset potentially. We'll see if that happens or not. But they are definitely not out of the equation for the AFC North. Talk about the AFC North, their fellow division rivals. The Pittsburgh Steelers move up 1 to 12. They won, as I mentioned earlier. They won against the Giants. Good for them. Now you have two in a row, but you need to keep winning. You're good enough to where you can. And I mean, most people had these guys as a playoff. Most people had this as a Super Bowl, not just contender, but a Super Bowl winner. So you're definitely not out of it. We'll see how you do as the season continues, though. There's hope. There's hope, to say the least. Next, the Dolphins. You got killed by the Ravens. I move you down 3-13. I mean, I wouldn't be worrying too much, but also keep in mind, Dolphins, the AFC is super competitive, especially at the wild card. We're talking about the Chiefs, Raiders, and Broncos. Those three teams should be playoff teams. They should be. That means you're going to have to steal a spot from one of them or hope the Patriots fall apart in these last 4 games because you have a hard road if you want to make the playoffs. At this point, you need to start another winning streak. You need to win the next 4 games, and then you can make the playoffs. But you're making it harder for yourselves, that's for sure. Next, another team drops 3 spots, the Redskins to number 14. You lost this week. I mean, maybe not this big of a drop, but you did lose to a bad team in the Cardinals. That hurts, and now you're not in the playoffs right now. That also hurts. The tie could be a big benefit for you. I guess we'll see what happens there, but you need to win. You lost. Now you're playing from behind. You're not in the playoffs right now. That definitely hurts, and we'll see how the Redskins do. I moved the Colts up 3 spots to 15. They won in huge fashion against a bad Jets team, but a win's a win. Right now, the Colts have a very good shot at winning this division. You play against the Texans this week, so if you can win there, which I think you can, we're talking about you guys in first place, and I think it's going to be happening. Titans have to play the Broncos, which is good for you. They should lose that game, so there's a chance after this week you could be in sole possession of the AFC South, which maybe that's good. That means you go to the playoffs, but do you want to? Maybe it's time to get new executives. I don't know, but regardless, Colts are doing better now. Talking about the AFC South, though, we have the Titans at the end of the top half of the league, number 16. They move up 3 spots. You're in a 3-way tie right now for the AFC South. If you can beat the Broncos, oh boy, that is huge. Best of luck to you guys. I think the Broncos will win. But, hey, regardless, you already have more wins this season than you did the last 2. You should be happy about that. So, good job there. Next, the Vikings. Move them down 2 spots to 17. Main reason I just wanted to keep them in front of the Packers because I do think they're a better team right now than the Packers. Boy, Vikings. I'm a Vikings fan, as you probably know by now. And it killed me seeing them lose against the Cowboys. That was such a winnable game. Vikings are playing from behind. Viking fans will be talking about, in AP's MVP season, they were 6-6 and they won 10-6, made the playoffs. I hope that happens again. We'll see if it does, but boy, Vikings are playing from behind now, and I hate it. Next, the Packers move them up 2 spots to 18. You won again. You won against the Texans. You don't have an easy road to finish the season. There's a game against you and the Vikings. And really, whoever loses is done. They are done. So you need a win there. Not as easy of a schedule to finish out the season as the Vikings, but you honestly probably have a better chance of winning the division right now than the Vikings, so at least there's that. Next, the Texans move them down to 3 spots to 19. You lost to the Packers, so I had to make sure you were behind them. Frankly, Texans, your season's going up in smokes, as expected. I don't know why. Why did you pick out Brock Osweiler? Why didn't you draft Paxton Lynch? I mean, I know he's not doing the greatest, but hey, he's a lot cheaper. That's for sure. Whatever. I mean, I expected this. Texans, you shouldn't have got excited about them. Next, the Bills move them down 3 spots. 6-6 now. You got to be careful, Bills. If the Dolphins are having a hard time make the playoffs, it's going to be even harder for you. So now you're at 20 after dropping 3 spots. Cardinals move you up 3 spots to 21. You won against the Redskins, which is a pretty good team, especially for you guys to win against them. But hey, I mean, I'm talking about the Vikings and Packers having a hard road to make the playoffs. Yours is even harder. You're going to have to hope you win your last 4 games and hope that 9-6-1 is good enough for the playoffs. Oh boy. There's still a chance, but not a big one. Next, the Eagles move them down 1 slot. You got embarrassed by the Bengals, which really surprised me. Your playoff chances, I think you're done at this point, which is unfortunate. But hey, I mean, there's Carson Wentz. He's done okay this season. At least there's that. But you're in a tough division this year, and I think that's just part of it. You're in a tough division. Oh well, look forward to next year. Next, the Chargers move them down one spot. They're done too. They're in a same thing as the Eagles. They're in a tough division, and unfortunately, they're just not as good as the others. I think if the Chargers were in just about any other division, they'd at least be okay, maybe an 8-8 team, but they're not. They can't finish out games too, and that sucks for them. So I move them down one spot to 23. Bengals, I move you up one spot. You might not think that's enough. You're at 24 now. Frankly, you haven't shown me enough. Just because you had one good game doesn't mean I'm going to give you a bunch of spots to move up. Regardless, though, I won't get too excited about this Bengals fans. The season's done at this point, which is unfortunate. I had you guys going far this year. Oh well. Oh well, I guess. Next, the Saints move you guys down 2 spots to 25. You lost against the Lions. You needed to win against the Lions. You're pretty much done too. There's a very, very small chance you make the playoffs, and that's pretty much assuming the Falcons and the Buccaneers fall apart to finish the season. I'm not expecting that. So unfortunately for you guys, your season's probably done. And now we're getting to the point where a lot of the teams stay in the same spot. Panthers and Rams stay put, 26-27. Both teams got embarrassed. Shocker. Panthers, you lost. You had a chance, but you're done. Bad season overall. I don't know what's going on there. Rams, you had another bad game, but at least Jeff Fisher's coming back, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Ram fans. Next, the Bears, you move up one spot. You moved. You're not in the same spot for once. That's good. I guess that's what happens when you play another bad team. You're 28. Can you beat the Lions for us? Do me a favor, please. Beat the Lions for the Vikings. But you won. That's nice. Matt Barkley's looking okay. Don't freak out about it, but he's looking okay. So there's that. Jets got embarrassed, so I move them down to 29. Shocker, right? The Jets got embarrassed. Oh well. I mean, they're embarrassed. Oh well. You're done. You're done too. Not that you thought you had a chance, but you're officially done too. You're not in the playoffs. You're out of the playoffs. And our next 3 teams stay in the same spots. The Jaguars, the 49ers, and the Browns. Jaguars, 49ers, you both lost this week. Terrible. Terrible. Both of these teams are terrible. What more do I have to say? And then Browns, I know I moved the Titans up 3 spots, but frankly, they kind of deserved it this week because now we're talking about the Titans as a contender. And I know you guys had a bye week. Obviously, I wasn't going to move a team that hasn't won a game yet. Maybe you can beat the Bengals this week. I'm predicting it. Might change it, but I'm predicting it right now. We'll see what happens there. But you have to win a game, right? Right? You have to win at least one. I'd hope so if I'm you. But these are my power rankings. Tell me yours. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I always love to hear your opinions. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like. Also, if you enjoyed me, you can check out my content on my channel, Anthony James TV. There's a link in the description. Along with my Twitter, Anthony James TV. I tweet during the game, so look out for that. But that's all I have for you for now. And until next time, this is Anthony. I'm out. Thank you all for watching.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.